Chief Engineer John Roberts is responsible for the ongoing development of the wing and is on his way to the German city of Dresden to visit one of his most important test sites. The Dresden rig is a test structure so large it took 2 years to build.
You always get a buzz and an excitement seeing the sheer scale of this test facility that we do here. If you don't get an excitement out of things like this, you're in the wrong business. And here we are. Welcome to IABG in Dresden.
What John's engineers are after is proof that the Super Jumbo and its wings are strong enough to last a lifetime of flight. To find out, they've spent well over £100 million on the largest test rig of its kind ever built.
Achtung, der Versuch wird gestartet.
The rig is essentially a giant torture machine to expose any weaknesses in the design of the plane's structure that might develop by simulating the kind of stresses a real plane would experience in flight over and over again.
The most interesting part of this test is the bit which takes all the punishment. The aircraft, when it's flying, all its loading is being taken up on the wing, which you can see up there. So all the punishment is being driven into the wing structure, and this is a demonstration of what it looks like while it's actually in flight.
A computer system drives a network of 180 hydraulic rams that bend and distort the wings.
It bends, doesn't it? You can never fail to be impressed on seeing something like that.
Computer modelling of real journeys means that, in this simulation, flight times can be reduced to only the bits of the journey where the plane is particularly stressed, like turbulence and landing.
This would be a window which an ordinary passenger might be looking out along the wing, and in the test here the end of the wing is moving up by over 4 metres during normal flight cycles, and down when it's on the ground by nearly 2 metres. People always look out along the wing and see it bouncing up and down in turbulence and thinking, is this something that I should worry about? Well, we test it with the assumption it happens all the time. No, you don't need to worry about it.
And precise engineering ensures the wings bend in exactly the right way. The ability of the wing to take huge punishment is down to the design of its internal structure. It needs to be light, but also very strong. The ribs and spars give strength, but also just the right amount of flexibility to cope with the enormous loads on them. This fatigue test is the pinnacle of a whole testing program John is responsible for, to prove the plane is safe to fly.
In terms of proving the aircraft is safe, you have to put together a portfolio which shows everything from the individual little valve that sits within the wing through to the complete structure. We always joke that when the paperwork is heavier than the aeroplane, you're about close to getting it right.
After 5 long years of continuous punishment, 24 hours of the day, an amazing milestone has now been reached.
An aircraft like this would do around 25 years of normal operation. We've demonstrated here the equivalent of 65 years of operation. And that basically confirms that the analysis that was done by all those clever engineers sweating over computers for years on end have been proved to be right.
It's quite an achievement, but John's decided that even though the plane could carry on going, it's time for the test to finally come to an end.